What are you doing?
Shadow gets to here. He marks her as prey, and he's going to open up. Wait, hold on. Check. No, I need to move back one. Move back, stupid. There you go. Shut up.
No, I'm just visualizing Darian under his helmet going.
He marks her as prey, tells Crusher to hit her where the fur meets the skin.
Yep.
And let's see.
Wouldn't that just be the base of the fur?
Shut up.
AC 33 is not a crit.
22 is a miss, right?
22 is a miss.
Okay. I've been missing D10s on my rolls. Oh well. 19 damage.
19 damage hurts. She is not bloodied. Oscar?
Well, here's the problem. I don't like bugbears. I don't like them one bit. Oscar's gonna slide up over here and cut through. He'll tumble if they have a reaction.
Because you slide up here. Give me a move.
Hey, Krieger, go help me.
Your
Go help
moves
Darian.
also
Can't
roll.
let him have some sort of honorable duel back there.
Because I've got to let you know. The tool is called Map Tools by rptools.net. It is free. It is a tiny bit more complex because it's a Java application than, say, Roll20 is, but you get to like infinite scroll and have thousands of tokens and effectively we.
It's not a generator. This is not a generated map. This one is.
This is an image brought into the background. You can draw your own boxes and things in it. You can bring in images as backgrounds and kind of do isometric views. So it's a combination of tools, but the actual tool where we're doing the shared desktop is... this particular map, let me dig out where I got the map of Temple of Elemental Evil. I found it in a... yes.
I agree with this going, and I'm not... I critted his ass, so I'm just going to let you know that I critted his ass. Just in case you get a lot of type in there, I did crit that
one bugbear? Okay, so the bugbear's AC is 17, flat-footed would be 15, so...
Yeah, it's 39. Oof. But, you know, you can do the thing, go through. 44 damage, he dies, then I will...
Yeah, you stab the bug. You're like, I don't like bugbears, and you slide in behind and stab that bugbear in the back. It goes down. Krieger's raging face replaced where the bugbear was.
Then I crit the other one, and he also dies.
Okay, and in your backhand swing in one motion, pulling the blade out of that bugbear, and then you slash against that one's throat, and it falls backwards over top of the horrid manticore's tail, which sends another spike kind of flinging at a random angle from, like, twitchiness. And then that's Oscar's turn as he gets rid of some of the bugbears that deign to go through Ptolemy's wall. That wall lasts for 10 minutes, by the way.
Wall spells, AoE, area spells, yes.
Now we taunt them. That was a 5th level spell, though.
I have a surprise for them.
Oh? Who's too slow for their own good, says Ptolemy. He gets to the top of the stairs. And he looks at, like, some demon with many arms and many breasts or something like that. He's like, ooh. And then, who is not hasted that wants to be hasted?
Oscar? Krieger's hasted.
Oscar, Bone Crusher's too far away, unfortunately. Bone Crusher, you ran too far away! Why are you going deeper into my temple? Oscar will get hasted.
It's not your temple, Ptolemy! It's our temple.
Barkanar.
Oh.
First, I need to know what Righteous Might does.
Righteous Might is...
It's weird, it does -1 attack.
No.
Probably makes you large.
Which version of it? I believe there's a medium and then a large.
Yeah, he's only got the medium version. Otherwise, his token would be big.
And it's like it just completely changes your. It's like all the polymorphs. You have new stats. You have a new stat block. 40-foot move speed. Your AC is 20 plus your character level.
Okay.
You have no armor check penalty. You get resistance 3 to physical damage, you get dark vision, and then you get a special attack.
Alright, the swirling mace raises high. You're like, it's on fire, but the fire is like somewhat blackened, and he brings it hammering down across your breastplate. AC 42, Mark?
Oh, it's
Both
not a
hit is
critical. Not a
21,
critical.
And your damage is plus
He needs help. We need to get in there.
That's a hit.
Okay, I just need to look up the stats for a
For
heavy
Righteous
mace.
Might.
No, I've got the stats for Righteous Might.
Marty, could you show what our initiative sheet looks like? With all, the stats and the boost, the bonuses, and how we deal with it? Just flash that up if you could.
Flash that puppy.
Flash it up. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And the the bonuses we have there, and the X's are like first round, second round, and wherever your status or bonus is, it just in that.
That's counting down the rounds.
So
Yeah, it's
additionally,
counting down the rounds. So
You treat the weapon as greater striking for damage, not for bonus to hit, and you get additionally it gets anarchic, axiomatic, holy, or unholy, depending on the alignment of your.
Yeah, he's unholy. Okay, so this does 2d6 plus 8. DM Forever, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Let us know if you have any other questions. We enjoy talking about this stuff because this is what we do. Alright. And then Unholy I have to look up because it's a different power for the system. I'm guessing it's just d6 evil damage, but I could be wrong. If you know already, Mark, let me know. What does Holy
Sorry.
do?
What's the question?
Unholy, what does it do?
Well, it does 1d6 damage, and then I'll say it'll be a crit thing.
Oh yeah. Not that you critted, but yes.
Okay, as a reaction, you can
Heal.
Life.
do persistent bleed damage.
Ah.
Is it once per day, like the holy one?
Once per day, yep. Holy shit. That's a lot of...
Persistent bleed damage.
Ho, 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 ho. Okay.
how much damage?
I'm not going to say.
No.
Yeah.
Do you have an unholy weapon? Then you don't need to know.
Alright, so first, it is also flaming, but it also granted the unholy via Righteous Smite, so you get whacked for 21 damage.
Okay.
Scheiße.
And then his second attack is at plus 26.
Oh,
AC 37.
Hits.
2d6 plus 8 plus 2d6. For another 21 damage.
Okay.
Wham! Wham! And his third attack is at plus 16. AC 23 misses.
Nope.
Bow to the temple! Bow to your glory! There will be fungus between your ears when I'm done with you, boy!
Are you doing all right over there, Derry?
All you hear is
Sound
like,
good.
clang! Clang!
yeah. Sounds like that helmet's getting bounced around.
Alcur.
Get in there.
Alcur is hiding behind a troll body,
Alcur hiding behind the troll body.
who is taking a leak and still has his junk in his hands. Just saying.
That's fine. I am going to cast a cloud kill.
Pardon?
I'm going to cast a cloud kill,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast it really close to the wall, but I don't want to get Oscar, so it happens, and I want to get the little lamia thing, so I accidentally happen to get the dude who's invisible, maybe.
Ugh. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you hear a bunch of coughing. A bunch of goblinoids
I
complaining.
believe that is the best taunt I know, Ptolemy.
Oh, that's a good one. You certainly saved it.
Crusher, hold your breath.
Okay. Nauseous fumes come spiraling out of what looks like the chromatic wall of yellow, and they are blood-curdlingly angry. The damage happens at the beginning of people's turn.
Yes.
Do you want to just roll once for the round?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd say the Manicore is pretty fucked at this point.
So 27 damage this round?
Okay. And that was Alcur the Black. Krieger, you're not in the wall?
Nope.
Or in the cloud?
Nope. And
I think the wall, I think the cloud you can't see through, like it obscures
It is
vision.
obscuring mist?
Okay.
Yes.
2 against 1. Do you think this is sporting, weakling?
You fucking wish 2 against 1, you son of a bitch.
We'll do this again.
Stab your ass so bad, you wish you didn't stab your ass so bad. Yeah, I said it.
Mark's trying to get a flank.
60.
Okay, are you going?
It's a sudden charge.
Are you going close to him because he does have a reaction? I saw that last jig you had to.
I have to do it to get
Okay,
there and
alright.
get another attack.
So he will
Or get all my attacks, rather.
AC 37 against Krieger.
It's a crit.
Does Darian want to
Yeah, Darian's going to...
punish him for suggesting?
Yeah.
So first you
it's a
block some
crit-
of the damage. Give me a second.
I would, if you have a hero point, I'd suggest might have like wave that.
I've only got the one, though. I
Only got one.
All right.
Yeah. I gave the other one to Darian.
So 40.
Give Krieger the AC bonus.
Plus 2d6 fire, plus 2d6 unholy, and then what is the crit? What is the crit power on a flaming weapon, Mark?
It's plus 1d10 persistent fire.
Okay.
Or 1d10 persistent fire, yeah.
Okay, so the damage from this critical hit, it kind of glanced off of Krieger's temple, and then one of the flanges went into the top of your shoulder for 53 points of damage.
Okay, so that's reduced to 41
From Darian's.
minus 7. Alright, so we're at 34.
4.
Why
Okay.
does it sound like Krieger's bleeding?
He's going to take. Oh, he just uses reaction. Shit.
Yep.
He
He's
uses
not reacting
reaction,
nothing.
so he's not reacting to activate the item. Otherwise, he would have given you 2d8 bleed. And then you are, however, on fire, and you have, I think, unholy damage. Let me double check that. No, it's just fire.
Oh, fuck.
And then he totally had you off your off balance as you came striking in. I will handle the two of you then. Bone Crusher.
Hang on, I got.
Oh, you
attack
got
first.
another attack. Okay.
Okay, first Darian missed with his thing. AC 36 for Krieger.
Oh, this is Krieger's attack. Okay, he came slapping in and got his bearings, went down low, and then hammered in with the cold blade. That hit. That is not a critical.
He's vulnerable to cold.
He's not vulnerable, but
I mean, he's susceptible to.
he does take damage from cold. Yeah.
Yeah, he's, plus.
Where did you get that sword?
Found it. 53 damage. Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh, that was a good roll. That's why.
And then
Nice.
he's slowed one.
No, that was not a crit.
Oh, yeah.
And I will take my other 2 attacks.
That was it was like 50 some movement to get there.
Yeah, that's sudden charge.
Yep.
Lets me move for 2 actions. I get to move twice
Yep. And then hit
and
once.
make an attack.
And then you're
Now I've
hasted.
got and I'm hasted, so I get 2 more actions. Actually, I think I'm only going to attack once more and re-up my 10 hit points. Because his AC is high enough, 32. Flat-footed.
Hit. Your sword comes glancing off of his armor, but you bring it back very quickly before you raise his shield. There's another nice dent in his armor.
Another 44 damage.
Okay, he's not smack talking you anymore. There's a look of concern as he's being battered around. Now it's Bone Crusher's turn. Bone Crusher, you've got this thing. Oh wait, not yet. No one's in the mist yet. So Bone Crusher, you got this thing that's recoiling from the poisonous mists.
Crusher's going to rage. Yeah. Okay. 21. 21. 30.
AC 30 hits her.
27.
Hits.
Okay, cool. I do more damage now. 48. What's that? 36 damage.
Okay, a couple of punches to her chin. 102. She is bloodied and hurt.
Okay, so I raged, I flurried. Can I move now to engage someone else?
She does not have any. She's not threatening you.
No, I'm saying because I'm raging. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, you can.
I can. Okay.
I just don't know where you're going to go because there's a cloud kill you have to go through.
Oh, Crusher runs up the wall. He starts moving across the wall. He just runs up the wall, like literally runs up the wall, like starts moving across the wall.
How do you do that?
As my 10th level feat, wall run.
Okay.
Yeah, can run up walls. That's what you do.
All right, so you need to get 5 feet up and then 10 feet over. So that's 15 feet of movement, unless the wall run.
No, it's staying at 15, 25.
Raging Crusher. Okay.
I'm going to.
So you are in you were in the cloud right now.
I'm 10 feet. I'm 10 or so feet up off the ground. Can I keep? I want to know how to do this. Can I just do an athletics check just to like
do you have
jump?
that thing where you can jump off walls? I know there's the one where you can like do the stupid.
Yeah, it's an
corner
athletics skill check.
Oh, you want to jump to that other side to keep on running along the wall? Sure.
Yeah.
Monk physics. Just give me a leap.
Athletics
check.
Athletics check for jumping.
So you can actually run to there because you can still touch that part, and then you're going to jump.
37.
No problem. So count your movement as if you were walking. So 15, 20, so 25, 30,
45.
35.
I would have stopped here. So rage, I would have stopped here.
Okay, Oscar, Crusher comes running into the mist, holding his breath and running along the walls. You don't see any webs on his feet. You don't know how he's doing it. Very fast, very strong, and leaning, I guess. All right,
it's wall run.
That Damon.
My slippers are you?
He doesn't have slippers. Somebody else stick them. It's Krieger, I think.
Okay, the Damon is going to just go through the wall.
Is the Damon affected by poison?
Oh, he critical fails.
Oh, take 60.
He kind of gets stuck and is being electrocuted.
Nice.
Now, is it at the beginning of their turn that they take poison damage, or the end?
That's good.
Starts their turn.
Okay, so he is not immune to poison. So first, let's do the poison.
Save against
Yep, against the poison of the wall.
One.
33.
That's not all.
So that's half damage, which is
It was 27. So
27?
13.
13 poison damage.
47. Okay, so he grits against that and then just kind of electrocutes himself.
It's 60 damage from the... Because it's a basic save.
Yeah,
Natural
yeah,
one is...
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
60 damage.
Oh, sorry, I thought the 47 was 30 plus 17.
No. 47 was his total before he took 60 damage. And then, so he's still shocking and kind of sizzling as he marches all the way up to... his movement rate is to be desired.
This is shout out Sir Thomason. Long time, man. Hope
Sir
all's well.
Thomason. And then
Horses
he's
are doing
going
alright.
to breathe a cone of fire. And he does not seem to mind hitting Barkanar, and Barkanar does not seem to mind getting hit.
Well,
Oh, that's good. He misses Crusher completely.
I don't think that's how that shit goes.
That's how it looks to me.
All right, a cone of flames comes out of this horrible demon's mouth, although it's still kind of flinching from the wall. Something went through the wall. Of course, you can only see it as it's somewhat emerging from the poisonous cloud, and the DC, the reflex save of this cone is 26.
Are there bonus to reflex saves from haste?
I don't believe so.
I believe haste is just an extra action.
And the damage is 34 fire.
Oh, crap. Darian critically failed.
Do you want to not take 68 damage?
Yeah, use that hero point.
Yeah, I'll use one of my hero points.
Okay. And
Just-
still take 34 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, reflex. Is this thing an undead? D20.
Krieger gets a 32.
That is good enough to take half.
Crap. 23.
And he's got resistance.
Half?
34.
Or evade.
No, he doesn't have evade. He's got resistance from the Frostbrand.
Oh, okay. Crusher, did you...
So he
Did
takes
you-
12.
23 fails.
By how much does he fail?
You failed by 3.
Okay. I'll take the damage. I'm at Chinny Chin Chin. Actually, I am a master of evasion, or reflex. Does that only count for success?
Don't know. You tell
I
me.
mean, I'm checking that out. I think it only counts for success. We'll check it out anyways.
The rule set is new.
Yep.
You have a
Skills
book.
goes.
I know
What
you
are you
do.
trying to do?
He's a master at...
I sold it.
Oh, do you have
Reflex.
crude evasion?
No, I don't have evasion. I am a master at reflex saves.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So, like, for Oscar, when he has a master of reflex saves, it's on a success you get a critical success.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
not because you're a master. It's because it's a power.
Of
Right?
evasion.
No, it's a master.
No,
Well,
no.
For me, it's
No,
master.
the monk has a generic one that they get to pick which which of the saves they get.
Oh, which? Okay, I see.
That's
Yeah.
why it has a different name, but I believe it works the same. But on a fail, I think you just fail. Take it.
Okay, that's cool. How much? 34 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you've taken off damage, Krieger,
Yep.
Darian, and Crusher. Okay, so the flames subside, but the creature is still stuck in the poisonous fume. The Horde Manticore at the beginning of his round takes damage. He had wounded 1, so I think he's dying again.
Interesting.
He's dying 2.
Controllers on the field. Very cool.
And then the Lamia gets to go. So she started her turn in the cloud.
So the Manticore was in the cloud. Yeah, he just died.
Yep.
Have a bad time.
Having a very bad time. She is not immune to poison, so needs to make her fort save, which is her worst saving throw. Kitty cat, no like to poison. 18.
54 damage for you.
She critically failed. Oh, 54 damage. She kind of like coughs and breathes some of it in, and then falls over and is dying too. She turned around and got a big drift of the smoke into her face and breathed it in.
The stars of this fight are Ptolemy and Alker.
Yep.
I have to. They're gonna make me run, aren't they? Krieger's bleeding all over the place, isn't he?
The demon went through for the temple.
They're just gonna. They're charging into that. Oh, they're zealots. That's good.
The Bugbear Doomguard are charging.
The XP counter is going, right?
Alright, let's see these saves.
Here, I'll move some of the dead guys for you.
Come on. I just want to see them explode one at a time through the walls.
They go charging right through.
the
Their
guys there.
reflex saves. They have better reflex saves than the grunts that went through.
Critical fail, make it.
Critical fail.
Fail.
Fail. Okay, so
60. 15.
the two that critical failed
60.
die,
30.
and then
15, 130.
15 and 30. Okay. 15 is not bloody, 30 is. Okay, that was one move. They can't see anything. They're going to charge towards where there's...
I think Crusher's gonna punch one.
Yep.
For having the audacity.
Crusher, do you have a reaction? Well,
Yeah, for anything moving by, yeah.
Well, you're kind of Spider-Manning off the side of the wall. Ahmed.
Yes, 1d20 plus 34.
Critical hit.
Okay.
He came out of the mist holding his breath, and you fucking elbow to the face.
Plus 9 plus 18. 45 damage.
Chiclets, and then he falls down. You pretty much caved his face in. The other one went running by, but had to triple move to get all the way to Darian. Dagoom starts his...
Oh, come on. Fail. Critical fail. I want to hear coughing and hacking.
Let's see if this is critical fail or not.
If his fort save is that big and mighty,
We need to run away
There's
from
no
him.
way.
Oh, no,
no,
no.
There's no way. There's no way he's that high.
His fort save is similar to Alker the Black's save.
I'll cur the Black's fort save.
He double critical failed. Takes 4 times damage.
I'll curse
It's in the book, trust me.
fort save is 17.
Okay, so 19.
Is a critical fail.
54 poison damage.
54 points of damage.
Fuck! All right, he's just gonna
What was that?
he's just
I
gonna
think I heard the beanie over there.
he's just running, invisibly running, but also hacking up along his left one, if you care, as he's doing so. Darian, who's in a fight but backed by his companions and Krieger.
Raises a shield.
You're gonna have to buy Krieger a beer for saving you on this one.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's got his shield kind of like he knows the answer is a powerful weapon, and he seems to be over optimizing for blocking.
Misses again. He's gonna raise his shield and smite him.
Okay.
Mark him for smite or whatever.
A look of hatred as he sees the smite. Lore is not in a dangerous cloud of smoke.
He just got fireballed or fire breath.
Oh yeah. Dying
He's dying
3.
so that makes him
He's
dead.
dead. Yeah. The demon did it. Bugbears. Well,
Oh, shit.
those 3 bugbears that started their turn in the cloud are hacking and coughing. Their fort saves mean they have to roll 20s to make the save. Oh, one of them did! Critical. So does he take nothing? Is that...
Yeah, it's basic fort saves.
Okay, so yeah, this one is basically sticking his head out of the cloud and breathing. These 2 stumble around and die, clutching at their throats. And they're just gonna move back. What do we do? I don't know.
Join the Earth Temple!
Seriously?
Yeah! Region Crusher.
Shadow.
Shadow. Can Shadow do a seek on the guy that yelled, "Oh, it's like this," started throwing up and running away?
Yeah, you heard him.
There's a giant cloud in the way you can't see.
Now, is this
And
question?
there's a hill.
Is this?
You can see the
high?
demon. The demon's
No, is this high? Why can't I find?
You're at the bottom of the set of stairs. He's
Okay,
down
so
a set of
this
stairs
is
on the other
up.
side.
Okay, I
This
thought
is
it was
all
the
going down.
opposite.
Nope.
I thought it was the opposite.
Oh, it's all
sorry.
down?
Mhm.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see him. All right,
There's a big cloud in the way.
I will try to perceive him.
Okay.
Plus my perception, I think, is the 19. And 18. Okay. 32.
Kill will chase him
You
forward.
hear him coughing. You have a general idea that he's down here.
Okay, I'll mark this guy as prey, demon. I'll tell Crusher to hit him where his hips meet his legs, and aim for the same spot.
That just means thigh.
D20. Ooh, I don't think I have to do anything else.
It's a critical hit.
Now, is there question?
AC
Is there a is he in concealment right now?
No. Part of him is sticking out.
Fresh maker.
we need something, Kenny. We're gonna have a right. Well, no wonder it's a fungus temple. We'll kill everything and just walk away.
Okay, so you missed the crit by 2 on the first one, and then you crit by natural 20. And it's sticking him to the floor again. Your arrow.
Yeah, he's all sorts of effed up.
He's sticking him to the floor in the cloud.
In the poison cloud. Oh, that's harsh.
54 damage.
From both arrows, okay.
Yeah.
161. The last one was a crit, which incapacitates him, and the demon is dying too.
Fuck. Awesome.
Oscar. Field of bodies.
We're gonna tumble past Bugbear Doomguard.
Sure. The DC of the tumble is 20.
We technically succeed.
Yeah.
Alright, we're then gonna stab Barkanar.
His flat-footed AC is 30.
Alright, we're gonna stab him twice.
Trying to find a gap in his armor.
AC 27 is a
Nope.
miss.
Sparking off of his armor.
AC 26 is a miss.
And this time he kind of parries your blow and just gives you a look like, go away.
I'm not really here. You guys are the ones.
I don't hear much else. Do we want to get down there?
Yeah, I think so. They're bleeding all of everything, I suppose.
Yoo-hoo! Tommy goes down the stairs. He raises a shield spell. Barkanar. Well, do I get rid of the guy with the answerer because I'm afraid of that sword, or do I put down the stupid barbarian who's just feeding the cold sword to me? I think I need to put down the barbarian. Let's put down the barbarian. 1d20 plus 31.
Come on, reaction chain.
Oh no! Plus 1. Ah! Oh, I rolled a 1. Basically, his flanged mace is caught like stuck to the cold blade, like it's a bit of ice. He gets annoyed, and pulls it off, and then
coughing fit right there.
and then we'll attack again.
Critical hit.
Critical hit. That's more like it.
Darian's going to
React.
react.
And you hit him, and then Oscar hits him, and then he dies. That's the plan.
Okay, this is
And then he dies.
38 points of damage to Krieger.
Okay.
He's going to use his reaction to give Krieger the bleeding.
Okay.
So you have persistent 2d8 bleed damage.
And that's on top of the fiery burst damage.
Yep.
The fiery burst doesn't stack, so.
Minus 12.
And you're on fire. Yep. So he pauses for a moment. His eyes glimmer as he realizes what he did, and while the flange is in your flesh, a pulse of magic goes down the shaft of the mace, and all this necrotic wound opens up and is starting to spread.
Okay, Darian's reaction.
You hit him, you crit him, then Oscar hits him.
Another one.
He then just pushes you back with the shield that he's got. Ah!
This is getting to Altagar levels of failure.
But you do block some of the damage.
Yes, I did do that.
Okay. All right, so that was my second attack, and his third attack is at plus 16. He brings the mace high, and it comes down, swiping for a Krieger.
His second was 26, right?
Yep.
Third is 21.
21.
Fourth.
It was 31, 26, 21. Thank you, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Wouldn't have mattered, so sorry, Mark.
Oh, God. Oh.
For 41 damage.
Barkenhard, you dickbag. It really does sound like bleeding.
You heard Krieger's skull crack. Like,
That's not good!
that is not good.
How much damage are you at? Like 110?
118.
Krieger's bloodied. Barkenar runs out of actions. Shit. Elker.
And Krieger's still standing there.
How... Alright.
Are you taking off damage from your DR?
He gets temporary hit points, not DR.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't. I'm not. No, I do have DR.
I thought you had like 2.
Well, it only saves me like 7 on the last one.
That's good.
It's good.
We could use it.
Yeah.
So, how accurately can Alker dimension door into that room?
A dimension door is line of sight now.
Is it on the site?
Yep. Or you have to know where you're going, which I think means you've seen it before.
Opening a door that bypasses normal space, you instantly transfer yourself to anyone you're weighing and holding the current space to a clear space within range. You can see. Yeah, you have to see it.
So you could
yeah.
probably along that wall a little bit.
But there's a big bugbear there's going to beat my ass.
You're afraid of the CR3 bugbear.
He's going to beat me up. We'll be bad. I've got mirror images. I am no coward. It's funny. Let's just...
The thought that crosses Alker the Black's head is, we need to end this. There's much work to do to prepare the temple. You don't know where the thought came from. Oh, you do, but a past life.
Alright, so instead, Alker's going to cast Agile Step.
All right.
And with agile step, he will triple move, ignoring the difficult terrain of the troll in front of him. Up here. Protect me, Crusher.
Yeah!
Oh, Krieger's retort.
Krieger. Showing the paladin how it's done. AC 30, flat-footed.
Oscar gets a reaction to stab him.
you bring the Frostbrand in hard in a crossword hit.
That's a hit. Yep.
What if you roll damage? Then I'm gonna roll my sneak.
26 is a miss.
35 is Oscar sneak attacking him.
Oh,
he
shit.
stabbed.
He is.
Yeah, you found a spot. There you go.
There we go.
Okay, so I hit once, and I'm using my last. Oh shit! No, I already rolled it. Fuck.
Okay.
And he's going to use his last action and re-up his 10 hit points.
Okay.
I should have used that last attack to try and put out the flames, or
Yeah.
stop the bleeding, or whatever.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because they're both about to happen.
Yeah.
But Oscar did hit,
For 33 damage.
and then first I need the damage from the first hit mark.
Yeah.
Oh yes, sorry. No.
Get him. Get him.
You hit him, a bunch of snowflakes fly off everywhere. His helmet's kind of stapled to the side of his face.
46 points of damage.
Oh, yes. For 143. And he slumps a bit. And then Oscar's hit was
33
33 damage.
damage.
176. Which then causes Barkanar to just slump over in his armor and fall over. Was that a critical?
I did it!
Dying one, I think. Alright, then Krieger, you're on fire. You have some sort of resist against fire?
I have resist 5,
Sorry, on Alker's turn, the
so nothing this round.
that cloud kill moves 10 feet down the hallway.
Into the temple.
Yeah, he goes deeper.
Huh.
From where I cast it. Oh, it's gonna go down. It's gonna chase the guy and ran away from it. Snowy.
Okay. Kind of revealing this horrible battlefield and drifting into the Lamia body. Okay, let's do. Krieger takes no damage from the fire this round, and then the 2d8. Whoops. 2d8 bleed. Why are you big? My chat just exploded. Give me a second.
Oh.
Chat looks okay. It's the map tools. It's not appearing.
Yeah, I know. Because I full screened the Twitch chat, and there's
gotcha.
no option to kill it. Awesome.
Escape?
Damn you, Twitch chat! Yeah, Kenny, some of the medieval weapon tests get some interesting results.
There we go.
What's
Got it.
cool is when you take period armor, period projectiles, and sort of see how effective armor actually was.
Alright, and then the 2d8 bleed mark, 7 bleed.
Okay.
And then make a flat check for the fire and a flat check for the bleed. Just 2d20s.
Yeah.
Fire
So
Fire is gone and bleeding is gone.
enough of that shit.
Not dead.
Wait a sec, how did Krieger get the axe?
I'm all clicky tonight. Okay. Bone Crusher.
Ah! So that's a move.
Oh yeah.
He just drops down. And then flurry attack.
Jumping down from the wall and kicking him on the way down.
Uh,
Hit.
Come on, Crusher. Come on, Crusher.
And hit.
All right.
Yeah, on a 2 against the creature 3 at
The
10th
creature
level.
that's not worth XP at
All
this
right.
No. Who is the captain of the creatures that are really not worth XP
Really
anymore.
not worth XP.
So yeah,
He's exploded.
you kick him once, and you get his head back in a really vulnerable state, and then you roundhouse kick him as you're going down, and you broke his neck.
Oh,
It's really-
curse protected.
His body goes
Dad,
sliding.
Stop yelling.
I can't.
It's really cathartic to just beat the ass of the hobgoblins. The first almost TPK was 4 hobgoblins and 4
Yeah.
nobles.
Oh, those guys are pricks.
The guardian Damon kind of pukes up whatever it ate before, maybe a long time ago, maybe recent. It's kind of pablum at this point, but curls up and expires in the cloud. The horrid manticore also is dead. As the cloud rolls by and reveals all of these poison bodies with a film of cloud kill dust over everything. The Lamia, who is bleeding. So I think
Power of the mind is the power of creation.
she gets a 30 on her save, which means she takes half damage for this round, which means her dying 2 becomes dying 3. Then she needs to make a flat check, and so she dies. You can hear horrid breathing and lungs filling with liquid, and the bugbear elite are all dead. And Dagoom, you can hear hacking and coughing. you fucking gargoyles! Is what he says. Quit acting like starches and defend the temple.
Gee, what's coming up?
Did he stop there?
I use. Where are you? I've given my life and service to you.
You ain't given your life yet, buddy.
Fuck you. You ruined everything. Ruin us. Darren?
Darian's gonna go give Krieger a pat on the back there with a lay on hands. Which heals him for 30.
Lore is dead. The bugbears are
Take one
dead.
hero points off of Krieger because he currently has 2. I think he only has 1 right now.
No,
Yes.
there are bugbears, but they're not combative anymore. You can hear them saying, "Let's just go grab some of the treasure."
Hey, I speak Goblin. Sons of bitches, you touch the treasure, we're doing all the most horrible things to you.
We're part of Earth Temple, says one of them.
Alright, then bring and put the pile in front of the wall.
Oh, fuck.
You don't fuck me. Or...
End of the round. I think we're dropping out of initiative. There's no more. What are you guys doing for the next minute? Dagoom has stopped coughing, and you can. He stopped his yelling.
Are we chasing Lagoon? Alker's going to. He can just the cloud kill slowly rolls down the hallway. He could dismiss it if he wanted. He's going to.
How long does it last?
Last for a minute.
So it will get using this bugbear body as a 90 feet down the hallway. Okay. All right. You thought you heard some rocks or claws against rock moving?
Might have woke something up. Alker's going to first. Well, I guess the first point of order. Are we killing this one?
Oh, this is Bacchanal.
Yes.
The ones that made you drink the juice.
Yes, he touched me. I didn't like it.
I think he should pay for that.
I certainly think you should pay for that as well.
He sacrifices sentient beings to his foul goddess. His life is forfeit.
I wonder if he is resistant to electricity. Alker is going to electric arc him to death. The power of the dark side.
Does Alker enjoy killing Barkanar?
See, Alker, in his mind, it actually happened to the other guy, but it's the principle of the thing.
Okay, Barkanar smokes and bubbles and is electrocuted to death inside of his armor.
Darian sniffs for evil. I smell it. It's being barbecued. Okay.
There is evil before you, Darian.
Look at the hallway.
Well, the good news, we have a lot of new treasure.
So you're pretty sure that whatever magic, which is starting to fade, that is coursing around the heavy mace, is unholy magic. There is also a slight tinge to this place in general, but you've been here for a long time that you've managed to tune that out.
Oh, it's like Espanola. And the smell of the paper mill.
A paper mill town, yes. You also can feel the presence of a nearby unholy ground.
Right.
Not that this is an all unholy ground, but like particularly foul.
Particularly unholy ground.
Further down the stairwell.
I take the worst vacations.
Alker is going to use the Staff of Healing to channel positive energy 5 times.
Yay.
You can hear some laughing from around the corner. I told them.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? I'll roll the healing.
Okay. Oscar sees a grand ballroom, or like a more like a hall.
23. All right.
Beautiful silverware lining the tables. There is a sumptuous feast placed out for about half the table. Sitting at the head of the table, wrapped up in fresh bandages, is Echo, the ooze-bitten, who was the torturer that you guys half-fed to a gelatinous cube and that survived.
I see. He was trying to attract an ooze and then got eaten. It's a little different than we picked him up and threw him in the ooze.
Okay, Oscar, you can see a number of doors and hallways off of this area. There is sort of a rank stench coming from the back rooms where you believe where you catch a glimpse of some giant-sized beds.
Are you enjoying your meal?
I told them. I told them that you are a bunch of slayers and that they are going to take all of you out. They wouldn't listen.
You do see that he has a spoon in his hand, but his hands are so bandaged up that they're more like mittens, like mummy mittens. It looks like there's some soup in front of him that he's eating sloppily.
You got soup on you.
He fumbles with the spoon and it lands into the soup, splashes some more.
I did not extricate myself. I was carried down here.
We believe you.
Breathing heavy. You could see some of the blood splotches in some of the bandages that look like.
So we'll check this door for traps and open it up.
Okay. You don't find any traps. It is locked. The lock is expert, so DC 20.
Okay. Roll 1. 14.
So it is a storeroom. Crates, barrels, boxes, and the like. The containers, basically it's a larder of sorts. Containers are filled with dried meats, fruit, clothing, and other items. More sundries. Oscar, give me a perception check.
Okay. 26.
You notice that this large box is off to the side a little bit, and there is a perhaps secret passageway that is here.
Let me go look for a secret passage.
Yeah, you actually spot it in the stone. It's like a little crawl. It's a little crawl space.
I find the opening. Hey Krieger, why don't you go collect the bodies?
Why can't we just leave them?
Because they got treasures on them.
I keep telling you, pants aren't treasures.
Krieger sees all sorts of decanters of wine, beautiful wine glasses, cured meats and charcuterie plates, meats, cheeses, nuts, fruits, all
this is
across
on
the
the
table.
table?
This is all across the table, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'll get to it. And he sits down and starts eating.
Eat your fill.
Colonel will detect magic.
Okay. There is the pulse of magic, and you do sense magic in that pulse that you're not familiar with.
I get the highest school of magic within the range, and I pinpoint the source of the highest level of magic.
Okay. There's a fine dusting of yellow stuff all over the food and the wine.
Don't eat that.
But it looks so good.
Krieger's already a few chomps, and
It's infected with a magical poison. I believe it's the fungus.
Krieger, give me a fort save.
Right. Double check the fort save. Plus 21.
As you dine from the master's table.
35.
Okay, you managed to not have drank and ate enough of it, and your forced heaving afterwards seems to have got it all up.
Okay. It's considered a critical success, just for the record. I don't know if that matters or not.
Oh, it does matter.
Oh, okay. It's considered a critical success.
Okay. You don't...
Which means no effect.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh. What?
I'll go gather some bodies. He's very sad. He can't eat that food.
This place is a vomitarium. Why did you have to vomit on the nice furniture?
This bread has been blessed in her name.
Oh.
Potentially with your artifact, you might be able to consume without problem, but I would avoid.
I'm going to take a sample. Just a sample is what he's saying to Darian. He produces a small vial and pours a little bit of wine into the vial and stoppers the vial and shakes and looks at it and kind of grabs it like he thinks Darian's going to take it away from him. And when Darian doesn't...
Darian leaves him alone.
Okay, he sticks it away with his spell components. Just a sample.
Kerr's gonna start patching up, I suppose.
Okay, Oscar.
Yep.
Who's there?
You hear a voice from behind the secret door. It's
Well, if you're hiding out in here, you part of Greater Temple. Because if you're not part of Greater Temple, then you better say that sort of thing back quick like.
Yeah, I'm part of Greater Temple. Are you part of Greater Temple?
Yeah, of course I'm part of the Greater Temple. Why don't you slide yourself out of there and we can have a discussion about how great the temple is?
All right. Why don't you come in? It's nice and cozy in here for a dwarf. Probably cozy for you, too.
I didn't realize Greater Temple had a dwarf.
Well, there's lots of dwarves around here.
Alright, we're gonna defensively open the cubby.
okay. There is a grinning, bearded face that you recognize as your own.
Oh, shit, it's you!
Oscar draws a blade.
Okay, this you is turning quickly to fumble with something at this area, and I think initiative between the Oscars.
Get back my face!
And the Oscar goes to Running or Hide.
Like a mimic or something? Like
Maybe it's a
doppelganger?
maybe it's a clone.
Maybe it's old me that somehow didn't die and got, I don't know. He did not react to me. Shit, it's you! Is he like the same age as me?
Yeah, well, you're dwarf, so sure.
Well, is he... I'm assuming for dwarfs they can tell how old dwarfs are.
yeah, he's middle aged or early adulthood.
We're gonna go kick his ass for a while.
All right, so it's Oscar v. Oscar. You know who wins initiative?
Oscar wins it.
Oscar wins. No, I think it's the Adam Oscar.
You son of a bitch! Give back my face!
It's not yours, it's mine! I'm the real one!
Oh, we're gonna... It's a squeeze to get in there?
Yep.
No, I don't like squeezing. We're gonna squeeze in.
Okay, you slide in.
It's got two dwarfs in the closet.
Okay, he doesn't have a reaction as you move in there. You dive into the closet. Oh yeah, he spent a lot of time in this little room. It looks like a bunch of little treasures and food and a little sleeping area, and it's kind of gamey in here.
What, does he have weapons?
Nope.
Well, we're gonna start kicking the shit out of him.
So much easier when they can't defend themselves.
Stop hitting me.
We're just gonna, punch him. We're gonna try to batter him unconscious. I don't know if he's flat-footed or not.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna strike him. AC 29.
Is a critical hit.
Okay. Unarmed strikes are D4. D4.
Yes.
So So 2d4 plus 10d6 plus 14.
You're punching him?
29 non-lethal damage.
Holy shit!
Or 59.
59.
59 non-lethal damage.
Okay, he's unconscious. Kind of falls face down.
Dirty son of a bitch.
His face is kind of almost like it's half melting off the side of his skull.
I'm gonna start dragging him out of his little hidey hole.
Okay. He definitely was trying to escape through a different secret passage on the other side of his hidey hole.
This guy stole my face.
The what now? Tommy comes running around the corner to see. Oh, it looks like he's leaking his face. What's going on there?
A little busy applying bandages and salves and stitching. I don't know. They had me in the closet and he stole my face. Is the armor real? Is that like it's all?
He wasn't wearing armor.
Oh. Are clothing real?
Clothing's real.
Okay.
Like a leather jerkin, but no armor.
I'm pretty certain that sound is coming through.
Yep. Wonder what he is. Well, it's you. Spitting image.
He's twice as ugly as me.
Oh, yes.
Only
Yes.
a quarter as handsome.
His face is sort of... Well, you hit him pretty hard. Sort of looks like you when you're drunk.
Well, you can give him the old, the 1-2, you know.
Oh, lethal left hook you have.
Yeah.
Remember that time against the possum that was playing dead?
Oh, it just popped up.
You should
I can
speak.
show Crusher a thing or two.
Yes. Hey, Shadow, Crusher, get a load of this. We found another Oscar.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Shadow's
Hey,
gonna
why-
go smell him.
Why, here, give him a little whiffy whiff.
Interesting. Smells like shit.
Okay.
Can't tell the difference.
He smells like an oily or licoricey Oscar.
Ah,
Like you dipped Oscar in a foul Zambuca?
yep.
Wait. Alcohol descriptions for Ahmed. A rotten licorice.
Smells weird. Don't like it.
Well, you sort out this mystery. I'm gonna go figure out where the hell you were trying to go.
Okay. The secret passageway leads to another storeroom on the other side, which then leads back to the hall.
Well, that was a horrible plan. I ain't this stupid. We'll go back out this door and
Yep. After picking the lock.
yeah. So that's not the real me, right?
No, his blood's not right. Look, it's kind of turning black.
1 second. Oscar goes into the little room and closes the door.
Yep.
Closes the other door. Hey, voice in my head. What's up with the thingy?
Yes?
Why did I just punch myself in the face?
I don't know. Delicious little mystery, isn't it? Oh, I suppose there was one iteration where there were all sorts of this one kind of creature throughout the temple. I always knew which one was you, because I'm in your head and not in theirs.
Was there duplicates in everybody?
Yes. They infiltrated your party and pulled you apart, those doppelgangers, they did. That one must be a leftover. You know, they do assume the form of specific creatures by consuming the flesh of said creature.
We don't eat people.
No, but they do.
I had a brilliant idea. It is a doppelganger.
Fascinating.
Oh, so we should kill it then.
Well, it's been around for a long time, so maybe it knows something.
I was just sitting at the end of the table laughing at all of you. Laughing apparently hurts, so he stops. Oh.
Oscar's gonna go over to him. He's gonna scoop up a spoonful of soup.
He eyes the soup suspiciously, like you're going to pour it into his wounds. It is salty.
He pours it into his mouth. He feeds him.
Why don't you have a taste?
Not hungry. Oscar will give him another spoonful of soup.
Everyone...
He's trying to talk as you're sticking soup into his head.
Everyone succumbs in time. This place is hers. This place has her all over.
You wouldn't happen to know where the last rock from the answer is, would you?
Ooh. I actually do.
Oscar will break off a piece of bread and make a bite-sized piece of bread and just stick it in his mouth.
He eats the bread. He's pretty hungry after his days in that cell.
Come back to talk to me when you find the portals.
Or
You mean the ones that are in each of the elemental temples, or are there like more portals?
No, there are portals down here to the elemental planes. 2 for each plane.
Alright then. That's cool. If there's like a desserty thing, like a biscuit or something.
Oh, there's like a gelatin thing with some fruit suspended inside of it.
Fruit jello. There you go.
He seems to like the jello. He eats it down.
The gem is in one of the planes. Are you brave enough to go?
I guess do not go anywhere. Hey, Oscar will put a spoon down. Will wipe his hand off.
Okay, Darian, you thought you heard women arguing behind this door. Why am I always the one that cleans up? Well, she's not cleaning. Do not pick on Yathea. You know her condition. Well, it's no excuse. I'm going to sit here and wait for Hedrak to return. Just because I ran an inn doesn't mean I need to run this place.
Kicks in the door.
They might be in the
Wham! Okay. 1, you set off the trap. 2, the trap is revealed by sheer luck, but doesn't get set off. 3, nothing happens.
I moved Elker's token too soon.
3.
Okay. Wham! Is that him? I don't know. You can hear some, silverware kind of, jingling, and the arguing dies down.
Ladies, I suppose heroes have arrived. You wouldn't happen to know if this door is trapped or anything, would you?
What did they say? It's a trick. It's always a trick in this place.
Are there mines within 30 feet?
Nope. So you can kind of... there is an impressive-looking lock, and this door, while it looks somewhat normal from this side, now that you're close to it, belays some sort of iron reinforcing behind it. Like the wood might be a false face.
Hey, alright. Hey, take care of my doppelganger.
Okay, there is one mine that comes within 30 feet.
Hello. My name's Alka.
Who? If she says in her head, if you're one of Hedrak's servants, you should know that this is his room. Be gone.
Oh, we have killed most of his servants that remain.
What?
Doom is the only one that has survived as well.
Where's Hedrak?
Somewhere on Rurak. Not certain at this point. He left with the circus.
He'll be back. He'll be back, as she says, both in her head, kind of screaming.
He will indeed be back.
Who will be back? And you hear a slap. Don't touch me.
Calm down, everyone.
You can hear, like, a cat fight?
You're
pulling my hair! Stop it! And you can hear like
quiet, both of you, like in the mind.
Who are you? And you hear this. You hear this more motherly voice in your head.
My name is Alka Lasod. I am a priest of the priest of the Heart of Gold and a powerful mage.
Heart of Gold. Civilization, you're here to rescue us.
Yes.
Oscar, give me a two checks. Yep.
36 or 41. 41.
Okay. 41 might.
What do you mean might? God damn.
Hey man, you're wandering.
I mean, if I had my my haram in in this horrible place, I would have the best lock I've ever seen on that door.
41. Yes, there is a finger of death trap on the door.
Oh, is that all?
Similar to the one that was on the box that you found in Falrinth's chambers, the one that was guarded by the closet. And she's also screaming in her head, "Don't open the door! I've seen men without Hedrak's key." She's talking to Alka. Die, clutching their chest. What are you saying to him? Shut up! Shut up, you bitch! You can hear like smashing of furniture, and there's some sort of struggle going on.
All right, calm down. Alker's going to use a shaped stone to just make a hole here.
Okay.
He'll actually specifically do it on the other side so it doesn't affect the door hinges, but he's just gonna shape stone just a tunnel through.
Is it a 5-foot tunnel or just a 10 by 10 or?
Well, he can affect a 10 by 10 foot cube and shape it how he wants. So he's just gonna shape a 5-foot by 10-foot tunnel.
Okay.
It has to be within a 10-foot cube of stone. So it's like so the door frame doesn't get affected.
Let's try with one of the old.
Okay. That gets around the trap.
Oh.
Alcove decorating.
Shadow's gonna come and aid you guys.
All right, now everyone, stop fighting.
All right, there are two comely women, one younger than the other. The one to the right has reddish hair, is dressed in a revealing negligee of sorts. The other one is in sort of like a maid's costume, but slightly tantalizing. You recognize the one on the left as Gundegroot, Ostler Gundegroot's wife, because he made from a wooden facsimile of the. of the wench.
Crusher, you don't need to be a liar. The purveyor of false hopes.
Let me see. This chamber is filled with finery. Ornate wall hangings, twin fireplaces, and a magnificent oak table at the center of the room, flanked by dozens of plush chairs, normal and oversized. Dozen sheets of parchment bearing probably scribbled notes, some ink quills, and ink wells. There's a jeweled silver stand holding some of the ink, rich tapestries, crystal chandeliers in the room. It appears to be some sort of planning room, which they're disturbing in their catfight. They're pulling each other's hair, and it's actually now coming to blows.
All right, that's enough from all of you. You're all gonna sit down, shut up, and you're gonna answer our questions.
Tyrion just strides in through the side chamber.
Yeah.
All right, give me a intimidate check.
Calm down now.
I gotta double check his intimidate now.
I said calm the fuck down.
You can aid Crusher by stomping in and.
Nobody panic.
Nobody fucking panic. Nobody. Ooh.
31.
Okay, that's a critical aid, so 26. They both stop. She started it. I did not.
Did I ask who started it?
This one concubine, you're not supposed to be in here, is what she says, and she goes and plops her ass down in a chair, kind of pouting, while Maybelle Gundegroot seems to be really concerned about the mess, and she's putting the chairs back and like.
No need. You're the tavern keep's wife.
She pauses for a moment.
We're
Rock Protector, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
We're here to.
She doesn't stop at that. She goes, and she seems to almost
We're here
ignore.
for Hamlet.
You realize
To rescue you.
You realize that they've used magical compulsions before in this place.
Oh yes.
Hedrak may be back at any moment. You twit, is what she says across the table.
Not for a while.
You're as useless as Yathea. I'm sorry, Yathea, she says. And you notice that there is this beautiful elven princess, really kind of high collared gown on. It looks a little bit stiff. She's simply got her hands clasped in front of her, bejeweled head to toe, and this sort of vacant expression on her face as she's staring off into oblivion.
Well, I'm
How
going
do
to
we
try
get
to
rid of
poke
these?
her brain with telepathy. Are you in there?
Alkur sees something. There is a presence in the mine, but the presence seems to be very, very far away. And Alkur catches the glimpse of her sitting in a chair in her head with a silver knitted cord of magic coming out of her belly button and extending into infinity.
That's not good. That's
The
same thing we were viewing before?
The infinity is, it's got lights in the sky. You almost want to call them stars, but there's something very wrong with this starry filled sky. It's like there's not many stars left.
Is this the similar vision to the one that we had from the drinking of the goo?
Yeah, you get the concept that this is a emptier part of space. You look down the cord when you're in her mind trying to communicate, and you see the cord goes off into a vast, endless stretch of blackness where there is no light, except for this glowing silver cord. There's definitely a presence in there, but there is no response to.
Is the cord taut?
It's not like being yanked out of her, and it just sort of winds. It definitely goes in one direction with purpose.
Does she have signs of like fungus around her nose and mouth?
No. Well, you'd have to examine her.
I go over there and examine.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a medical check.
Medicus. Don't be crackers. Don't be crackers. Don't be crackers. The medicus. We're going to take our Polish time. 38.
Yes, she has imbibed of the essence of Zuktmoy. You don't actually find it around her nostrils. You find it under her nails and kind of like underneath her eyelids are sort of yellow, like she's drank it instead of sniffed
Bathed in it.
Yep.
Oh.
Have you all imbibed in fungus?
What? Maybell just turns to you and
Check Mabel.
I'm sorry, I have to keep this clean or we get punished. You might get punished. I'm his favorite, says the concubine.
Well, I doubt you're going to be his favorite once we sack everything here.
You're brutes. You should know better. Hedrak is the supreme commander, is what she says.
Yeah, why don't you go take a look outside, see how supreme he's looking right now.
No, there are goblins out there and trolls.
Not anymore.
You're gonna pay for all that.
Yeah, you keep hearing that. Bill ain't come yet.
Where's your daughter?
Excuse me, hon. She's like cleaning and
Oh,
putting
here,
things
let
back.
me get that for you.
Oh, such a nice boy. You're not from Hamlet, are you?
No, but your husband sent us to find you.
Oh. She looks sort of sad, but then seems really determined to right the.
Okay, we're checking her for compulsions. Right.
All right, he's looking at
Look at that.
Shella.
Yep.
24.
Open that door. This one here.
It's
There's
Hedrak's.
no way getting back to the pumpkin seed with uncooperative.
It's Hedrak's room, she says. You're not allowed in there until he's here.
Well, you can open it, or I can kick it down.
She looks at you like, you're gonna get in trouble. Please don't kick it down. It'll create splinters, says Maybell.
Alright, I got a question. It's been at least 3 days you've been in this place. Now I know that the story about women don't poop is a thing. But I think that's a myth.
Tarian's kind of looking at them like, oh god, he's right.
There are chamber pots in this room.
Just shit buckets.
You're gonna get into trouble. That's Hedrak's bathing area.
Listen, we've killed everybody in this temple, pretty much except you so far, so I don't think Hedrak's going to be too merciful regardless of whether we go into his room or not.
She just crosses her arms and pouts because she's not getting her way, and Maybell is now grabbing a mop and is starting to clean up some of the mess that their little fight made.
And for crying out loud, why don't you give a hand at least? This is pathetic.
I'm under the impression that there's a spell at foot. Will detect magic.
Oh.
I got 24 in the sense motive. But...
24, yeah. She's not acting. She's either really, really shell-shocked or she's acting underneath some compulsion.
The other one, any evil?
So, you're sensing evil in the room.
Something stinks here, and it's not the chamber pots.
Yes. Although, if Alker breathes charm, you don't know whether it's the charm that is evil or if it's their demeanor.
Or perhaps one with the strand going off to Zubit Boy's asteroid of death.
What is...
You're sensing most of the. You're sensing just a little faint bit of evil off of the one with the red hair.
Okay. This here, what is...
These are all tapestries along.
Okay.
Beautiful tapestries that have been woven by horrible-minded artists. They're scenes of destruction and terror, and a beautiful tapestry, actually, of the battle of the Temple, the first one, where they lost. Or maybe it's a reminder that, they lost the first battle against the forces of good, against King Hestrin and his son. You actually see the Answerer in the picture. There's like a beam of light hitting the Answerer as it's coming down, and 3 gems along the Answerer. And King.
How quality is it?
It is a beautiful tapestry that should adorn a king's room.
Alker would like to study the shape, color, and general cut of that 3rd gem that we're missing.
Okay.
As Oscar takes it off the wall.
Oh, Oscar's going to go. Is checking for traps.
Yep, there's no trap on this room. Yes, this room does have a beautiful marble tub that is sort of off. That is off architecture for the room. There is a kingly seat for that sort of business, if you were wondered where they poop. There are some accoutrements and some clothing that are on hangers. It is basically a cloakroom in a classic sense. A garter robe, a privy, a washroom, a bathroom. What's that?
I'm assuming the band is past that other door.
You're not allowed in there, says Shella.
I swear to the 5-faced god, if you say that one more time, I'm going to gag you.
She puts her hands over her mouth. She gives you an evil look.
Evil is in mischievous.
Shadow goes,
No, evil in that she like shoots daggers through her eyes at Darian, but she's got her hands over her mouth. Oh, don't mind her. She likes to be on her back, says Mabel.
Just to get on her nerves, Darian yells down, and Oscar, feel free to fill your bags with everything valuable.
Shadow goes, you're not allowed in there.
Mabel comes over. Please, Sir Knight, you're not allowed to take anything from here. We'll get into trouble.
Oh, we're taking you out of here too.
There's this confused look across her face, like she's trying to fight the charm.
We're going to need to break the charm.
Your daughter, where is she? Where's your daughter? Come on, think. Like you, only smaller and younger and prettier.
She's trying to... Her hands are trembling as you're saying this. She's trying to, like, write a fork right into place with her hands trembling, and a tear comes down her cheek as she's holding something back, at the same time conflicted with the charm spell.
She's under a charm.
If you tell us, I'll be able to help you clean.
If you...
I think she was taken away.
To where?
Headtrack. He said that bad things would befall her if I didn't submit.
Oh, then she should be around. Oh, I'll help you clean.
She's been gone for a long time. Don't start crying, you'll make a mess, says Shella.
What did I say to you?
Can I go?
She just looks down at the table. Is Shadow getting into the room? Like, is he excited that there's people to pick on, or? Krieger, you've dragged all the bodies into nice little piles. You haven't gone through that shimmering wall because it scares you.
Yeah, no, he's not doing that.
Did we strip them from their items?
No, you just drag them into their areas. Krieger, while you were removing the Lamia body, you didn't like the feel of her skin, like something was wrong with her skin.
All right, you would've just
And
left
you
her.
also heard some rocky, like, clawed movement or shifting of stones just down the
okay.
stairs.
So if we haven't done that, Shadow's actually going to be out there doing that.
Doing what?
Picking up the stuff off of... Yeah, looting
Yeah.
the stuff off him.
Krieger comes in with the dead body. Hey, what do you want to do with this guy? Just drops.
He's
throws him on the
bleeding
table.
everywhere. She immediately grabs grabs a mop and starts trying to clean up the blood. Shella giggles underneath her cupped mouth, and this woman has not moved.
Follow me.
Don't worry, your Baron is here. Sister told me.
Do you have any dispels prepared today?
No.
Oh.
But I have bonded with the staff of abjuration,
That should dispel.
and that
I
has...
don't really need to know what you do in your spare time. Hey, shut up, but
It's a second circle spell out of the staff,
I can hear you. Shitty you.
so it'll be
Jokes.
2 charges per cast.
He also has dispel magic, 4 times per day. So
He could probably use his staff charges.
Darius
how many
got
how many
spell
staff
magic.
does the staff
Do you
have?
invest in your staff or no?
Yes.
So if you invest in your staff, it'll be whatever spell you invested into it, number of charges, plus your highest spell level number of charges. So it'll be 5 plus whatever you invested.
So if he invested a 4th level spell, then
Then
he'd have 9 charges.
charges.
Okay.
You invest a spell into it.
Yeah, you basically, like, I pump one of my cleric spells.
And then you
I
said
pump
Darian also has dispel magic?
Cool.
Through the Holy Avenger once per day.
Okay. What do you want me to dispel?
the charm from the woman's mind, so she could stop worrying about the blood that we're obviously and mess we're obviously going to create in this room.
I was just going to introduce her to Iggy, and then the two of them could just be cleaning buddies.
I'm fairly certain Iggy is just fine being a cleaning buddy by himself.
All right. Fine. I shall use the great staff that I found. Nat 20. Puts it against her forehead.
Where's like it hits her on the head.
Visually pulls the magic out of it. He kind of swirls it around and pretends to like he was going to flick it at Krieger, but then just flicked it at the wall. Oh,
There you go.
you bitch! she's now like lurching across the table, like crawling across the table, settings and things flying everywhere.
Darian's about to grab her and kind of goes, I'll give her a
No, give her a sec. Give her a sec.
She climbs down, kind of leaning on Alcur a little bit as she climbs down. The concubine comes over here, and instead of slapping the concubine, Shella, she just decks her in the nose.
Does Shella have the continence of a caster?
You don't know. She doesn't have. She does not have any spellcasting pouches, but Maybell Gundagru gives her a punch that only a woman who runs a rowdy tavern would have learned. Concubine Shell is kind of curled up and whimpering on the ground. That's more like it, she says. She looks at all the play settings and just like a bored cat, but with much more anger, kind of swipes at the table and sends a bunch of the stuff flying. And one of the
Stop breaking the dishes.
one of the glassware and one of the plates breaks against the ground. I've had enough of this place.
You've come to your senses. My name is Crusher. We're here on behalf of town of Hamlet.
Maybell Gundagroot, Mrs. Gundagroot to you.
Yes, we met your husband in the tavern. He sent us to come and find you and your daughter. We have to
Ozzy,
find your daughter.
Having a cold really makes us easy with Crusher.
I think something bad happened to her. Hedrak is a man of lies. I think my daughter was... She trails off for a moment. This time she sits down.
Do not lose him. Don't lose
Alker,
hope.
can you do with the daughter as you did with the weapon. Find her.
You can try.
Akira promises to find your daughter safe and sound.
It's 2 a.m.
Okay.
I do need to work tomorrow.
All right. You should do something about her. She wants to be Hedrak's concubine.
We got change for
Oh.
that.
She's done evil.
Lying.
That changes
Lying
everything.
bitch. She says, you're gonna get it. All of you.
Well, seeing as you're going to be the only one left here when Hedrak gets back, I'd say you're the one who's going to get it.
There's a look of shock and surprise, and she stops wiping her bloody nose. And
Has she done evil acts?
Maybell.
She stinks of wrong.
Or
She can stay here and rot for all I care.
what about the one at the end of the table?
Maybell is now stuffing silverware into the folds of her maid outfit.
Oscar's like, hey!
That poor elf. I don't think I've seen her mutter more than a sentence.
Lost in the sun.
Hedrak calls her a princess. He said that she was searching for something.
She is far away from herself.
She's right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
She doesn't eat much. We give her water, but I don't know who did it before we came.
Crusher, you would understand what she is seeing.
You know what she's looking for.
Hedrak said it was very important. That she was his prize.
She's looking into the empty void.
Ptolemy, can you unmagic her too?
No, but I could mind probe her.
I don't know that that's going to be helpful. He kind of looks to Elker like, maybe something? I don't know.
I could read her thoughts and see if there's anything that she knows.
I believe there's no one home at the moment.
Oh, well then. He goes over and starts like. Yeah, she seems quite out of it.
Yes. I think we need to address the fungus directly if we want to pull it out of this state. It will
You think
take
our resident alchemist can do something about that?
potentially.
What is
We'll
she
take-
searching for?
The empty blackness. I assume it is the forecoming of Sikatmoy from legend. The emptiness which is drawn to create chaos and destruction from planet to planet. That is an assumption, no?
Yeah. Well, that's pretty heavy.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'd like her to not find that.
It's possible that she's also more of a marker, leaving it here. I don't know.
Darian pulls
The silver umbilical cord is.
Darian pulls the Holy Avenger and tries to dispel the magic on the princess.
Alright.
Okay.
One NPC.
I forget how to do this. Just add my level again, or
It's a spell attack roll, or a class attack roll, I think.
so in my case, it would be my divine spell attack roll. I think. Ooh.
Excuse me.
Plus. Oh wow,
Okay.
it's really that
This
high.
is
Okay.
7. Sorry. This is 18th level magic.
Roll a 20.
Yeah, that's basically what we're coming down to.
Guys are really close.
37.
The
that do it?
DC would be
If I get a hero point, I can add 2 to that.
you can.
I'm gonna spend my hero point.
Given that we're like minutes away from the end of the
Yeah,
session.
that's
Crusher
right.
uses a hero point. Punch.
Okay, you just draw the blade and you place it ever so gently upon her brow, and there's a brief flash from her eyes, and she collapses into Darian's arms. Her eyes are out of focus for a moment. She's staring up.
Hey, look, you made another one tired.
Shut up.
Her eyes flutter open, and then there's a look of horror that creeps across her face.
Oh shit! Take the mask off.
It is not your mask that is frightening her. She seems to be in shock.
It's okay. We got you.
Are you all right? Speak what you know.
Crusher.
Crusher's going to look over. Medicine.
The barriers. They're overtaken.
What barriers?
Shut up.
Something. Something is out there. This way. It lurches. This way it comes. The end of all things.
What did you see in the void? Alcur, we use the telepathy. You should have more energy or ability to
Okay.
produce thought.
Alcur, as you make contact with her mind, she begins to scream, and you begin to scream, and Ptolemy just starts to go, ah, as everyone is screaming, joining in the chorus of screams.
What the fuck's going on?
Can you at least harmonize our screams?
Crystal shatter.
As all that she has done is, while she was looking, you realize that her probing beyond creation into the endless darkness beyond, she bumped into something which awoke. Inscrutable, unfathomably large, and hungry. This way it comes. Her thoughts grow to despair as she thinks that while Zucht Moy has her plan to reseed what's left of creation with aberrations, the aberrant seed of fungal growth, the word transpermia comes to her mind. Transpermia, yep. While this is happening, the thing beyond the black will consume those that are left.
Runerak is a plane, right? It's not a world, it's a plane.
Runerak is a cube. It is part of Acheron. Okay, stop screaming for a moment, breaking the spell, or are you just going to keep on probing to see if there's more?
Was it painful, or was it just sort
Oh,
of...
it was painful, yes. No. This is painful. This is absolute despair that only the depths of an elven life could achieve.
We're going to keep probing.
Okay.
They already saw me scream like a... we're going to get as much information as we can.
The depths of her despair include the fact that there is nothing left in creation, creation being the prime. Give me a mental check to see if there's anything else that you learn.
We're gonna need ledgers to fix this.
They just fucked up if there's no prime left. So a mental check, just a raw ability score. Ability score
No, you could do your class.
Oh, like class roll. Yeah.
And roll a d20 for your Call of Cthulhu Madness quirk.
I'm going to spend I'm going to spend a hero point.
Sure.
Natural 20, 43.
Nice.
Yes.
We win D&D.
That what little hope is left, and the word arcs come to mind. That there are some places in the crevices and cracks of the plains that still hold hope.
Find the arcs of the material plane.
But that hope is dwindling, and how will they stand against a prime material remade in the image of aberrations and the Otra, while the darkness of the Otra consumes what little there is?
You guys, I want to play like D&D Fallout Zone, where we come out of the arcs. That sounds fucking awesome.
She is old enough to remember when children were born with souls still.
But Krieger has his sword. Doesn't he?
What?
Well, that doesn't mean you didn't have just some shitty...
She remembers the despair of every family rippling across the prime.
Is she a primordial? You remember what happened, like the three beings, the three women that were like the primordial beings of creation? The ones that were able to birth gods?
You don't know. She remembers the wailing of countless families and women when their children were stillborn. She remembers the grief and the wars and the senselessness that was felt across the prime when no more children were born. She remembers the great evils that were wrought, the battles for souls themselves. She remembers the contraction of the plains as the gods in the very plains themselves hungered for what once was plentiful. Alker, with his last thought with the natural 20, realizes that on Runarak might very well be, in all of its corruption and depravity, an accidental arc. where the remaining powers that be might have even forgotten their own purpose.
I realize I have to work tomorrow morning. What the fuck is this?
You're not doing
Alker slumps with the realization that his time on the planet of Galarian, where he and his friends fought the Rune Lords, was an age and then some ago.
I believe Alcur looks about a decade older than he did a moment ago.
That sky should have been filled with stars. And the star-filled sky that you saw with Zuktmoy, the light from those stars might have been the light of what was. Terrible things have happened between your time and now. And a long stretch of them, cataclysm upon meaningless conflicts.
Gentlemen, if we have any respect for that which is civilization, construction, man, elf, dwarf, orc, we cannot fail here.
Well, that's never been the goal.
We must make Runaback ours.
I thought the idea was maybe get out of Runarak.
No, we must free Runaback.
Alright. I'm with you.
What
What's
about
left?
where we came from?
Okay, she passes out from the strain.
Oh, I got you there, lady.
Yep, you gently kind of hold her in your arms.
I wouldn't focus on where we came from.
All right, one step at a time. I hear you.
Yeah,
Deal with our current problem first.
Galarian's gone.
It's fucked. But it's
The gods of Galarian, maybe there's a survivor amongst the multiple pantheons, but they're probably gone too.
Alker doesn't want to burden some of those around him with that knowledge for fear that they would give into something like despair.
Yep.
Because it seems pretty reasonable.
What happened?
Ptolemy would just turn into a mass of tentacles and just.
What happened? Something happened, didn't it? Ptolemy's looking at Alker. You're all sadder than normal. He pulls up a chair and is just looking at Alker.
We must take Runerak, so we must not fail. We must take this seriously. There are no do-overs.
I don't know if you noticed all the dead bodies outside, but I'm taking it pretty seriously.
He does have a point there, Alka. We're doing our part and send them some.
Outside, Shadow yells,
I'm doing all the fucking hard work right now. Dibs on everything for me.
Shadow making a pile of treasures. Okay, we need a name for tonight's game, and then we'll leave it here.
Just
Staring into the void.
I just call it level 4.
Yeah, I was gonna, yeah. 4th floor. Done.
Going down.
Going down. Ding.
Ha!
I have no idea how I'm going to turn my brain off for the next hour. It's just...
Good luck.
Good night.
You had your
Next
mustache.
game.
If you had your mustache, you could have just pawned it off to the mustache.
Well, here's the thing. Now I have to figure, like, the whole concept of an arc with world being destroyed in the middle and having pockets of civilization is just rife with opportunity to do
Legend shit.
all sorts of things. But it's all sorts of things. Like it's and then having like non like classic adventuring that doesn't seem goofy. Like you go out your door, there could be a CR20 creature just out your front fucking door. Why? Because you're in your arc.